We're NCIS.
Look at this all-star team.
NCIS, all episodes now streaming on Paramount+.
Mostly cloudy skies across the Upper Peninsula for tomorrow. For the most part, we'll be into the 60s, but we'll have a few 70s in there. We are expecting warmer temperatures into June. Your full details tonight.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Kevin Hodge. Tonight on your WZMQ 19 News, Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. announces some changes concerning who is recommended to get the COVID vaccine. Plus, on Mackinac Island, we're speaking with Detroit Mayor Mike Duggan about why he's decided to throw his hat in the ring to become Michigan's next governor. And the city of Marquette votes for a new ordinance focused on overnight camping. We'll have the details. Your 19 News at 11 starts now.
Live from the UP, this is WZMQ 19 News at 11.
First look at your forecast. Had a chance to see the International Space Station at 10:30. Temperatures will be pretty consistent into the overnight, mostly cloudy skies into the upper 40s and around 50 degrees for Escanaba and Menominee, and that will be consistent. But for tomorrow, Marquette, we're going to be into the lower 60s, especially with that cloud cover through the afternoon and the evening. Otherwise, we'll get some 70s in there, and I'll have more details on that incoming warm-up into June in just a few minutes.
Kelly, thank you. The Trump administration made a significant announcement today regarding vaccine guidelines that will impact healthy children and healthy pregnant women. Erica Brown has more on these developments.
Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. announced new guidelines related to the COVID-19 vaccine Tuesday.
The COVID vaccine for healthy children and healthy pregnant women has been removed from the CDC recommended immunization schedule.
The CDC's Advisory Committee for Immunization Practices typically considers changes to vaccine schedules and guidelines before a final recommendation. In this case, Kennedy made the decision without their input. He was joined in his announcement by the heads of the Food and Drug Administration and the National Institutes of Health.
Last year, the Biden administration urged healthy children to get yet another COVID shot despite the lack of any clinical data to support the repeat booster strategy in children.
That ends today. It's common sense and it's good science.
There's no evidence healthy kids need it today, and most countries have stopped recommending it for children.
Until now, health officials recommended COVID vaccinations for everyone 6 months and older. The change to COVID vaccine recommendations comes a week after the Food and Drug Administration announced the agency planned to restrict the use of COVID shots to older adults and to adults and children with underlying health conditions. In a statement, the American College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists said it was, quote, extremely disappointed by Tuesday's announcement, saying its physicians have seen firsthand how dangerous COVID infections can be during pregnancy and for newborns.
During his confirmation hearings and in recent years, RFK Jr. made no secret of his misgivings about a number of vaccines. The 2026 midterm elections are still more than a year away, but candidates up and down the ballot have already started campaigning. Our Michigan Capitol correspondent Sophia Murphy sat down with Detroit Mayor Mike Duggan at the Mackinac Policy Conference to bring us more on his campaign for governor as an independent.
Detroit's current mayor, Mike Duggan, is a born and raised Michigander, a former Wayne County prosecutor, and historically a Democrat. He announced his campaign for Michigan's executive office in December, shocking his opponents by filing as an independent.
I just am fed up with the politics of constant bickering and gridlock, and I think a lot of people are.
In his time as mayor, the city of Detroit has seen both population and economic growth. Detroit has been shrinking for 65 years in a row, but in 2022, the city finally saw some improvement. He says in the process, he's learned it's about long-term investment.
And that's going to be one of our challenges, is how do we create vibrancy in all parts of the state that have the kind of opportunities and experiences young people want.
As leaders in the UP look at growing the mining industry to boost the economy, Duggan says he has a lot of learning and listening to do to see if mining is the way to go for the peninsula, but acknowledges something needs to be done.
We have to create an everyday economy in the Upper Peninsula, okay? We can expand Pure Michigan, we can boost the tourism, but we need an economy that works 12 months a year.
On the energy front, Duggan supports keeping the natural gas generators running in the UP. He says Michigan will need the power to keep up with the growing AI business economy, which draws massive amounts of power.
We can't take a state that's already low on energy and say we're going to start taking things out. We have to do the opposite. We need to build everything.
Duggan is one of 10 candidates in the race to be Michigan's next governor. He says his experience and dedication to the people of Michigan, not just a political party, is what sets him apart from his opponents.
When you can't work with the other side on behalf of your state without being really viciously attacked, the system's broken. And I feel like I want to be a part of repairing that.
On Mackinac Island, Sophia Murphy, WZMQ 19 News.
Earlier this evening, the city of Marquette revisited an ordinance regarding overnight camping on city property. WZMQ's Andrew Hands has the latest.
The City of Marquette's overnight occupation of public property ordinance was brought forth at the end of March, sparking a number of concerns from the community. Essentially, the ordinance prohibits camping in vehicles or tents on city property, mainly targeted towards the many visitors in the summer. Marquette's Room at the Inn addressed concerns this brings to the area's homeless population and have been in talks with the city ever since.
It's important that you are able to come to the table and have hard conversations in a really pragmatic and productive way, and I feel like that's exactly what we did here.
Tonight's city meeting brought time to speak more on the matter. Initially, the ordinance lacked verbiage clarifying the protection of personal properties in the event of this type of infraction. Since the meeting in March, a new section in the ordinance was added, stating that any property will be handled through the city's existing lost and found procedures.
So now that that's in there and there's more of a protection of people's personal property and opportunities for them to have their property respected, is definitely an improvement on the ordinance.
Overall, the ordinance was passed 6-1 tonight with only one amendment added by Commissioner Cody Mayer. He addressed the idea to bring a monthly report from what the Marquette City Police was finding in terms of these overnight campers. This was voted down with concerns of too much micromanagement, as monthly police reports are already made regarding homelessness in the area.
I thought the commission being able to see more of a monthly report on how this ordinance is actually being used and implemented on a monthly basis would give us a lot better idea come time to review again.
I would just imagine that ordinance enforcement will be just another bullet point on that report that they send us monthly.
The Marquette City Commission will meet again by the end of the year to further discuss the findings of this ordinance and how it can sustain with the best interests of the community. In Marquette, Andrew Hands, WZMQ 19 News.
Negaunee is celebrating the end of an over 4-year project. Today they cut the ribbon on its own new Irontown Power Substation, which sits on the southern edge of the city. The new substation has been operational for about a month and is replacing an over 60-year-old substation on US 41 that used to power the city. The new substation is more efficient and safer than the older one, which was outdated and in a potentially hazardous location. Negaunee City Manager says it was primarily these safety concerns that led them to construct a new substation.
The old system was super old. Who knew how long it was going to last? And we were certainly aware of the possibility of potentially a semi or other vehicles crashing into the substation located so close to US 41.
The new substation project cost over $7 million, and Heffron says the city plans to pay it off over the next 20 years. He expects the new substation to be in operation for another 60 years or more. Kelly Rowland has your first warning weather forecast after the break. Plus, we hear about the Delta County nonprofit aiding children in the foster care system. And we're highlighting a local robotics team and the skills they're learning by working together. That and more when we come back.
19 News is brought to you by Kirkish Furniture. Closed captioning sponsored by Range Bank of Upper Michigan.
John's Auto is quickly becoming everybody's favorite place to get their car fixed. John's Auto is quickly becoming everybody's favorite place to fix their car. Was that right? For a better service experience, come to John's Auto Market. Why do I keep forgetting that word? Experience. Okay, go. 3, 2. For a better service experience, come to John's Auto Market.
And don't forget,
WZMQ 19 seeks a talented and dynamic multimedia account executive who thrives in a fast-paced working environment. Passionate, motivated, goal-oriented individuals should apply. Responsibilities include identifying the needs of local businesses, developing strong relationships, selling advertising on our TV, digital, and CTV platforms. Email your resume and cover letter to advertising@WZMQ19.com today.
Did you know taking Zysol at night relieves allergies while you sleep? So you wake refreshed for a more productive day. Get 24-hour continuous relief that does not fade. Be wise all, take Zysol at night.
Choice Privileges makes it easy to earn points and maximize any vacation. You can earn reward nights fast and redeem at over 7,400 hotels. Maximized! Stay twice and get a $50 gift card when you book direct.
Direct.
Don't you ever look up at the sky and roll your eyes. You hear me?
Yes. Realistic.
I will maybe have a tendency to spend too much and won't be able to pay your rent.
He holds the line.
I resent it, and I resent you for doing it.
Mathis Court is in session.
Weekdays on WZMQ CBS. Now, WZMQ TV 19 First Warning Weather with meteorologist Kelly Rowland.
Welcome back. We did see a decent amount of sunshine for today and fairly seasonal for those temperatures. 69 degrees for the high when the average is 67 and 41 for the low when the average is 44. So we pretty much kept status quo into Marquette, and we can expect some warmer temperatures, but not so much for tomorrow, especially for the Marquette area with some of those northern winds in effect. Winds will be fairly calm, but we're still going to have that little bit of a breeze, so have the jacket for that 7 o'clock time, and even through the afternoon. We get to 3 p.m. We'll probably get to the mid to lower 60s, especially for Marquette. Still partly cloudy skies throughout your morning and afternoon. For your bus stop outlook, and this is a look at your futurecast, a lot of the rain still staying into Wisconsin. The high pressure system's helping kind of push that out of here. It's bringing the northern winds for the Marquette area, and there will be a little bit of some southerly components down to Iron Mountain and Iron River and Escanaba. So a little bit of competition for those temperatures for tomorrow with the 60s and the 70s. And we'll continue to have a roller coaster of temperatures before the weekend and before the official start of June. But for Thursday morning, we can still expect cloudy skies, and we'll finally get some clearing in that, really seeing a nice amount of sunshine for Thursday. But the future winds here, mostly from the north, and they'll be pretty calm for us, but slightly seeing that southerly component into some areas. Again, that'll help warm us up at times, but overall it's just going to be cloudy, but it will be calm wind-wise for tomorrow. Now, we keep talking about this warm-up. We keep trending towards the warmer temperatures. For the weekend, it's going to be a little bit chilled. That's going to be a little bit of a hiccup. Of course, this is the overall temperature outlook without looking at all the little tiny cold fronts and warm fronts. This is the overall trend of what we can expect, and we are expecting well above average, warmer than average temperatures for the entire Upper Peninsula, and you'll see it on our 7-day. It's really going to kick into effect when we welcome June 1st here. But for Marquette for Wednesday, we're going to get to 60. Don't know how much more we're going to get beyond that. I think we are going to get to the mid to lower 60s, especially with that cloud cover through the afternoon and still seeing those northern winds into effect. So for tomorrow, you can see Marquette and especially the surrounding areas, we're still going to be into the 60s. Going to be very hard to get out of that. But for Iron Mountain, Iron River, Escanaba, Mystique will likely be into the lower 70s, so that's kind of where the difference is for tomorrow. And here's a little bit of that roller coaster. We're into the 60s again for Marquette for tomorrow. Now we get to Thursday and Friday, we'll be in the 70s and then kind of back down to the 40s, and we'll be most likely down into the 50s, even though we do have sunshine with us. We might get to near 60 degrees, but it is going to be pretty chilly for the start of the weekend. This is your June 1st. On Sunday, we'll be back to that sort of seasonal conditions, and then we are well above average with a nice amount of sunshine for the first few days of June.
Kelly, thanks again. May is nationally recognized as Foster Care Month, but for one Delta County nonprofit, helping foster families is a year-round commitment. UP Foster Closet of Delta County provides clothes, bedding, diapers, hygiene products, and other necessities for children in the foster care system. There's no charge to the recipients who get to visit the closet and find the items they want. Foster Closet staff say getting a new wardrobe can help strengthen a child's self-esteem.
A lot of them are in clothes that don't fit or are ripped and stained. This way we can give them a little boost and help them fit in with their peers a little better and give them that boost of self-confidence as they're going through something that's pretty traumatic. It's nice to have stuff that's their own, that's new, that's just theirs.
The Foster Closet also accepts donated items from the community. To learn more about supporting them or becoming a foster parent, visit WZMQ19.com. An award-winning high school robotics team from Marquette held a demonstration today to bring awareness to robotics and all the career opportunities available. Our own John Truitt tells us about Binary Crows Robotics.
These are the Binary Crows, a robotics team based in Marquette. The team is comprised of high school students as well as 8th graders and homeschooled kids. According to team mentor Sarah Hagel, the skills they gain transcend engineering.
Obviously a lot of STEM skills. They're learning engineering, mathematics, a lot of design and coding, but then there are also things that you wouldn't necessarily think of. They're practicing business skills, they're writing presentations, they're talking to judges and answering questions.
The skills these kids are learning are immediately transferable to their career goals.
But there are a lot of different aspects like managing our social media pages or fundraising or find all sorts of logistical things as well.
The Binary Crows are a small team, but that lends itself to being a very tight group.
When I'm going to school and I'm in my classes and all that, there aren't always people that share the same interests as me. So being able to congregate here, there's a lot of people that kind of have the same ideas about life and what they want to do.
Arriving at the world competition took a lot of work.
There was a lot of long hours, a lot of late nights. We oftentimes, well, officially we only met like 5 days a week. Most of the time though, we were in here 7 days a week.
Today's demonstration was all about spreading awareness about robotics.
The point of today is to get some other kids in here and get them behind the controls to really give them that bug and get them hooked on the idea.
The Binary Crows were one of 3 teams to compete in the World Championship. The others were from Gladstone and Calumet. In Marquette, John Truitt, WZMQ 19 News.
The Binary Crows placed in the top 10% in the world competition out of 600 teams entered. Music's biggest stars turned out for the 51st American Music Awards last night in Las Vegas, the largest fan-voted music award show. While big awards were handed out, the live performances took center stage. Andres Gutierrez has the highlights.
Billie Eilish won all 7 American Music Awards she was nominated for, including the big prize, Artist of the Year.
Artist of the Year, this is so crazy. I feel speechless.
SZA took home 2 awards, Favorite Female R&B Artist and Favorite R&B Song.
Thank you to all the fans that voted for me. I love you so much, just as much as you love me, probably more. You have no idea. Thank you. God bless.
Fans voted Becky G Favorite Female Latin Artist.
This award wouldn't be possible without those who came before us, and I know we share in our struggles as well as our wins. So this goes to you guys. Los quiero mucho. Besitos.
Host Jennifer Lopez kicked off the show with a song and dance medley of 23 songs by the show's various nominees. Benson Boone included his signature flip during his performance of Mystical Magical. Gloria Estefan treated fans to some of her biggest hits.
This year was the first time the American Music Awards were presented in Las Vegas, and it was a night many won't soon forget.
That's because Janet Jackson performed on live television for the first time in 7 years, before accepting her Icon Award for her 5 decades in the music industry.
The one thing that I hope for is that I've been an inspiration to others.
And Rod Stewart received the AMA Lifetime Achievement Award.
I had this burning ambition to sing. That's all I wanted to do. I didn't want to be rich or famous.
Then closed the show with his hit Forever Young on a night he will never forget. Mike Ludlam has your sports highlights when we come back, including a baseball matchup between Calumet and Marquette. We're back in 2 minutes.
Tony's Green Thumb in Bark River is open for business. Tony's is your one-stop shop for all your garden and flower needs. Known for a huge variety of big, beautiful baskets, gorgeous planters, and over 600 varieties of vegetables and flowers to choose from. Open daily, come see why people travel over 100 miles to Tony's Green Thumb. Tony's Green Thumb, where beautiful gardens begin.
Take me out to the ball game.
Take me out with the crowd.
Buy me some Tigers game.
Wish me luck.
Prize is up to $500,000. So let's root for the Tigers if they don't win.
I won!
1, 2.
Free new ways to play. The new Detroit Tigers games, only from the Michigan Lottery.
I thought it was just a rash, but it had a bullseye ring around it. My doctor said it was a tick bite. Luckily, we caught it early.
Ticks found in tall grass around your home can spread Lyme disease and other illnesses, which can lead to chronic health issues. The CDC estimates nearly 500,000 people across the country are diagnosed with Lyme disease each year.
I didn't understand why my brother was having so many asthma flare-ups. Sometimes he couldn't breathe. Turns out a roach problem at home was triggering it.
Allergens left behind by dust mites, roaches, and rodents are a major driver of asthma attacks, especially in children.
When I had a fever, body aches, and fatigue, I never thought it would have been West Nile virus. All it took was a mosquito bite while gardening.
Mosquitoes spread West Nile virus and many other diseases, and they can breed in standing water around your home. Protect your family from pests. Get the facts at pestworld.org.
Good evening, everyone. Michigan Tech has introduced Bill McCult as its 23rd hockey head coach in program history. McCult won 2 national championships at the University of Michigan in the late 1990s as a player. He was a Tech assistant coach from 2011 to 2015. McCult replaces Joe Shawn. Shawn had a record of 154, 120, and 29 with the Huskies over the past 8 seasons.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I mean, did this come out of the blue a little bit for you? Were you surprised by this?
For sure, very surprised by it. Mike didn't have any intention of leaving Lindenwood, wasn't actively searching for anything, and things expedited rapidly over the course of hours.
This is the most important side of it, Jeff.
What's the Bill McCult style of hockey?
I think anybody knows me knows that I'm extremely passionate and competitive and working hard, and I want our team to play with discipline.
I'm seeing this similar to something you did a while back in a different sport. You didn't want Dan Metlack to leave. If you had a chance to get Bill McCult, you were going to do that, weren't you?
I was, and I think important right now, especially in the changing college landscape with the transfer portal, I think it's critical to make hires quickly, confidentially. I think you get your best pool of candidates when you can move in a confidential way. And I think for the student athletes, it's important to maintain consistency. Our student athletes, this is their world, is their sport, and I think anytime there's a head coaching change, it's very disruptive for them, and that was my purpose, was to minimize that for our athletes and our staff.
The CCHA is a competitive league, top to bottom, and I think a lot of respect for the other teams in it, but that's the expectation here. The McNaughton Cup has a rich history here, and that's the next step for this group.
Did you think Joe had gone as far as he could go?
I don't think so. His comments related to how things happened is accurate. He wanted more time, and we weren't willing to do that at this moment. We lost 2 assistant coaches to other positions, and it's really hard to hire in that scenario, which is what prompted the decision and the move.
That's what we're here to do, and we're here to develop you.
An Upper Peninsula Sports Hall of Famer from Luce County has died. McMillan native Len St. Jean graduated from Newberry High School and played 4 seasons at Northern Michigan University, where he was an All-American in 1963. St. Jean played for the Boston and New England Patriots from 1964 through 1973, starting all 140 games, mostly at guard, but he also spent time on defense early in his career, registering 5 sacks in his first 2 seasons. He was an American Football League All-Star in 1966 and named to the Boston Patriots All-1960s team. In a 2006 interview with the Patriots.com, he described himself as kind of a weirdo. He loved practice and training camp and never missed a game. He added he had good quickness, speed, and upper body strength, but his work ethic was probably his biggest asset. Len St. Jean was 83 years old. A few baseball and softball teams are still sneaking in regular season games before districts, while some teams started their districts today. In a regular season doubleheader, Calumet visited Marquette. Top of the first inning, Calumet's Nate Londo is looking for a base hit with 2 out, but the Sentinels' Braden Rose is in the right place in right field to make that catch to end the inning. Bottom of the first, Gibson Jazuski with a liner to right, misjudged a little bit by the outfielder, and that will lay on safely, rolling all the way to the fence. Jazuski gets the green light around second, stumbled a bit, no problem, slides into third with a triple. The next batter is Jake Toyrus, and he will drive one to left field. Luke Hamlin tries to make the catch, not quite successful. Jazuski scores easily. Toyrus cruised into second with a double. Marquette had a 1-0 lead. Sentinels looking for more, but Darren Bird catches Easton Jazuski. Jazuski looking for out number 3. 1-0 Sentinels after 1. Second inning, Lyle Lassinen goes down swinging off Marquette starter Alex Brennan as the pitcher started to take command of this contest. Bottom of the 5th, look out. Bam! Right at Coach Mark Panty. Yeah, they hit him around the ankle area. He was hurt. Fortunately, he was able to walk out to the dugout after the inning. Last chance for Calumet in the 6th. Eric Kesty grounds out 6-3. Alex Brennan tossed a no-hitter. Just 1 walk and 6 strikeouts. Marquette won the first game of the Twin Bill 1-0. To the scoreboard, Calumet bounced back to take the nightcap 7-4. Marquette made 6 errors in that game. Elsewhere, Houghton edges Hancock 5-4 in 9 innings. Negaunee won a doubleheader over Menominee 14-3 and 19-6. Marinette doubles up Gladstone 20-10. Now, district baseball in Division 3, Superior Central gets a walk-off double by Brandon Boyack to edge Manistee 5-4 in 8 innings. Superior Central takes on Menominee in Menominee on Friday. In Division 4, Goldgibic blanks Ironwood 7-0. Jeffers over Ontonagon 13-0. Elsewhere, it was North Norway defeating North Central 15-0. Cam Varda 3 hits and 3 RBI. And Lotz won by forfeit over Stevenson 7-0 because I guess there was a fight between the Stevenson coaches before the game. Elsewhere in the Eastern End, it was Newberry and Matt Rahley taking care of Cedarville Detour by the score of 17-0. Turning to softball, District 2, Grayson LaMarche, a no-hitter with 15 strikeouts and a home run, 12-0 Eskimos over Kingsford. Elsewhere, we have in Division 4, Ironwood downing Iron Mountain 18-3, North Dickinson 19-9 taking care of Bark River Harris, St. Ignace 7-0 over Lansing by forfeit, and Newberry 11, Cedarville Detour 3. In regular season play, T.S. Schoen with a no-hitter and 10 strikeouts. Gladstone wins 15-0 over Norway. Hancock trips up Gwynn 16-0. And in Division 3 soccer, it was Boyne City eliminating Houghton 2-1, but Kingsford beat Sheboygan 2-0. The 2 winners meet Saturday at Boyne Falls in a district final, and we will be right back.
At Fox Marquette Chevrolet, lease a 2025 Chevrolet Silverado 1500 LT 2FL Crew Cab 4-wheel drive for $394 a month for 36 months with 0 due at signing. Together, let's drive. Fox Marquette Chevrolet. Experience the difference.
May is Maytag month at Kirkish Furniture. It's the biggest sale of the year all month long on all Maytag major appliances. Buy 2 select laundry appliances and get up to $100 in bonuses. May is Maytag month at Kirkish Furniture in Houghton.
Chips or cracks, we've got your back. Brian's Auto Glass.
Cracked windshield, chipped glass? Don't wait. Call Brian's Auto Glass in Negaunee. We specialize in expert windshield replacement, chip and crack repairs, and safety system calibrations to keep your vehicle road ready. Can't come to us? No problem. We'll come to you with our mobile service. Fast, professional, local. Brian's Auto Glass, where clear vision starts.
This is home for CBS, WZMQ 19.
Get road trip ready with a free vehicle inspection at Fox Marquette Chevrolet, now through May. We'll check tires, brakes, fluids, and more to keep your adventures smooth and safe. Together, let's drive. Fox Marquette Chevrolet. Experience the difference.
Tonight's sports is brought to you by the Window Store.
Why should you consider re-siding your home? Your home is the largest investment you'll make. Protect it with new siding installed by the experts at the Window Store. We offer a range of affordable, high-quality siding options, including premium ABC seamless steel siding with attractive financing options available. And we install all winter long across the entire UP. Schedule your appointment today and enjoy the Window Store experience for yourself. Your clear choice is the Window Store.
Welcome back. Final check of your forecast. There are some positives in here, things to look forward to, and that is going to be some warmer temperatures. Not so much for tomorrow. We're definitely going to see some 70s. Iron Mountain and Escanaba, Iron River will be into the mid to lower 70s. Newberry even probably getting to the mid 70s. Otherwise, we're going to be stuck into the 60s for Marquette and the surrounding areas. But once we get to the summer solstice, which is June 20th, 24 days away, that average high temperature, the normal high, will be 71 degrees. But even when we get to the start of meteorological summer, which is June 1st, this Sunday, we'll see temperatures kind of at that into the lower 70s. Before we get there, we'll have some 60s, we'll have some 50s to start out the weekend. We're seeing lots of sunshine from your Thursday into Tuesday, but as we welcome June 1st, we are getting excited for some warmer temperatures.
Kelly, thanks again. And Mike, I know you want to get to those Tigers highlights, but I got a highlight for you first. In the first inning, Flaherty on the mound, hoping to get the first out of the game, but, well, this guy had other plans. The Squirrel decided it would be a good time to head into the outfield, creating a delay for the game. He certainly milked the occasion, but eventually made its great escape through a fence, allowing the game to go ahead. And Mike, take us the rest of the way.
All right, well, the Tigers scored 1 run in the first inning and 1 run in the second inning. Wenzel Perez, I should say, would get a solo home run to right field to give the Tigers a 2-0 lead. Riley Green had another RBI in the third, and the Tigers went on to win this one by the score of 3-1. Milwaukee defeated Boston 5-1 on a walk-off grand slam by Christian Yelich.
All right, have a good night, everyone.
Yes. Oh, hi. I suppose you're wondering what an A-list celebrity like me is doing in a place like this. You must know